Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective, and welcome to another episode of Inside Veterans Affairs. How is everybody doing this evening? Cindy Duff, Margot, good to see you. 12B Georgia, welcome, welcome. I got Wolf Stonehenge hanging out. How you doing? Preacher, good to see you. NS, four thumbs up, right on. Disabled Vets Perspective is in there a couple times. I see him. Luciana, how you doing? Um, I got Robert Verhey. Um, we got him again and again and again. All right. We got a wake up is going to be here in a minute. Carmageddon is at church, but said he would catch the replay, so we'll be looking forward to that. Great Informer is going to miss this one, but that is unfortunate. Robert Turner, good to see you. All right. Wanted to take a quick minute and thank all of the folks that have decided to follow me on D Live. I have a whole slew of people that jumped over there and joined up today. Blue Lou, good to see you. Tim Tucker, Pete, my brother, what's happening? Got let's see, I got RRC that jumped over there. I got Jerome done playing around. American Frank Patriot. What is that? Protein Polymath and Big Sky Dreamer. Hello Buster and Terra AK, along with Conservative P. So I got a whole bunch of people that joined me over there. I'm going to take just one quick second right here, and I'm going to throw this right into the chat. And if you guys want to jump over there real quick and give my D Live a quick follow, the more the merrier, because when the time comes and the show can never be done again on their tube, that time is coming. Then you guys will have my backup channel, so my live feeds will continue after this. Mama B, good to see you. Grateful Grandma, how you doing? All right, I got some news that I pulled up here from veterans and military issues. It'll be an interesting night because most of the stuff that we're going to be talking about just happens to be about the sniffles, but it also pertains to military and VA. So a lot going on. Fuzzfork, how you doing? At 9 p.m. tonight, Ohio to shut down all restaurants and bars doesn't affect drive-throughs yet. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and be watching for all these emergency powers acts where they're going to decide, oh well, you need to let us hold on to your guns for the protection of others. Kevin Moore fan, how you doing? All right, we're getting a band back together in here. Um, got one share over here on Facebook. Can never tell if somebody's sitting eavesdropping. Looks like Jeff Espinosa. I grew up with him. That's cool. Frank Crawford, hey, how you doing, brother? A couple of my fellow brothers out there that are hanging out with us. So that's cool. All right. Anything going on today? It so happens there is just a little bit. The intergovernmental affairs. There's a couple of articles in here to speak of. Not too much new in there. Let's see. This one I found kind of interesting. It says VA intends to suspend enrollment of new GI Bill students at University of Phoenix Career Education Corporation, Bell University, and Temple University. U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, acting within its required approval authority under the law, limited certain advertising, sales, and enrollment practices, notified the University of Phoenix Career Education Corporation, Colorado Technical University, American Intercontinental University, and Bellevue University, and Temple University, March 9th, of the agency's intent to disapprove the enrollment of new GI Bill students at these institutions. Now, let me open this because I want to see where we're going with it. Lisa Olafson's here. How you doing this evening? Good to see you. I can see you from here. That's really weird. It's almost like you're like in the room. All right. Let's see what's going on here. After careful review and consideration of findings provided by Federal Trade Commission and State Attorney General's Office, VA has concluded there is sufficient evidence to support a finding that these schools have utilized advertising, sales, and enrollment practices that are erroneous, deceptive, and misleading, either by actual statement, omission, or intimidation, uh, against GI Bill beneficiaries in violation of the law. VA intends to suspend enrollment of new students for all programs in 60 days unless the school takes corrective action. Yeah, everybody's trying to get a piece of that GI Bill, and then they want to play games when the soldier gets enrolled. They just want that government book. Let's see. The decision only applies to new GI Bill students and to the extent allowable under current law. The department will afford current students and at these institutions the opportunity to continue their programs of study, provided they have maintained continuous enrollment. Schools may also be prohibited from submitting enrollment certification for new students or students returning from break in attendance during the suspension. So, this is not a thing against the GI Bill, from what I'm gathering there. This is a program that they're using to protect the GI Bill, uh, protect the soldiers using the GI Bill from erroneous activity. So I'm down with that. If they're screwing with them, then get rid of them. Um, that is really loud. Yeah, that's amazingly loud. I'm picking up everything in the house. Um, anyway, so next one here, John Boy, how you doing? VA announces safeguards to protect nursing home and spinal cord injury patients. Um, Scarecrow and Freebird, how you doing? Good to see y'all. Welcome, welcome. Uh, Silent Serenity joined over here. Wow, I got a few people just joined up over here. That's good. I'm glad you guys are doing that because it is important. And, it's just a matter of time before things go bad. Thank you for the lemons, Pete, J7, and Silent Sentry. Well, thank you very much. Oh, ice cream, Scarecrow, appreciate you. Another lemon by the Pete the Patriot. Good Lord, you guys are going to make me fat. All right, here we go. VA announces safeguards to protect nursing home and spinal cord injury patients. While the Center for Disease Control, CDC, still considers COVID 19 to be a low threat to the general American public, the Department of Veterans Affairs announced March 10th new safeguards aimed at limiting uh, COVID 19 exposure risk for two of its most susceptible patient populations: nursing home residents and spinal cord injury patients. Okay, I'm down. But I did hear that this also means limiting family visitation. Going to go ahead and open it and see what it has to say. I Bleed American, CLC, good to see you both. Glad you made it. All right. VA's 134 nursing homes are home to more than 41,000 veterans across the country annually. The residents are predominantly older and many have multiple complex health conditions, making them particularly vulnerable to infection. To minimize the risk of exposure, effective March 10th and until further notice, VA is taking the following actions. All VA nursing homes will adopt a no visitor stance, meaning no outside visitors will be permitted to see residents. The only exception will be in the compassionate cases when veterans are in their last stage of life on hospice units. In those cases, visitors will be limited to specific veterans' rooms only. All VA nursing homes will suspend new admissions. VA nursing homes will continue to welcome residents transfers from VA facilities once medical personnel have determined patients are not at risk of infection from the sniffles or transmitting of that such. Nursing home staff will be effectively screened daily and dedicated to working at community living centers. These daily checks, all they're doing is checking for body temperature, but it's already been well established, that um, you can spread this crap without even having a symptom 1 in your own body. Um, anyway, so VA's 24 major spinal cord injury and disorder centers across the country serve the needs of unique patients population of more than 24,000 veterans who are also vulnerable to infection. To minimize the risk of exposure effective March 10th until further notice, VA is taking the following actions. Another no visitors stance, and the same allotment for compassionate visits. In those cases, of course, they'll be in those specific rooms. They'll limit patient admissions to addressing acute clinical needs. This means all VA SCIDs will avoid patient admission for routine matters, including annual exams and respite, which will now be done on an outpatient basis. Okay. Again, the staff will be actively evaluated. So it's a no visitor policy, and I'm hearing that civilian nursing homes are going to be picking up the same thing. So Tesla's in the hospital too. I thought he died. VA announces change to urgent care in Community Care Network Region 1. All right. Let's see what this is about. March 18th. Wait for it to open. All right. The U.S. Department of... And it just jumped into an ad. I got it. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is transitioning its urgent care network manager effective March 18th from Tri-West Healthcare Alliance to Optum Public Sector Solutions Incorporated, which is part of United Health Group, a community care network Region 1. The change will result in new urgent care providers being added to VA's contracted network, while others will be removed. So they're basically not going to change the numbers much. Just got notification Fed cuts rate to 0. Yes, they did. It may be too little too late, but we'll see. I guess we'll know something about that tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to be at negative interest rates before we start getting a rebound, but that's a different video anyway. These changes in veterans urgent care are part of the VA maintaining internal systems and strengthening outside networks Act of 2018 Mission Act. Veterans have the option for urgent care treatment of minor injuries and illness such as colds, sore throats, and minor skin infections at in-network non-VA urgent care providers. Additionally, veterans can receive same-day urgent care treatment at VA medical centers. Okay. Looking to see if we're going to find a list here. VA is working to ensure veterans in Region 1 understand how this change will affect them. VA Secretary Wilkie said, the goal is to provide veterans a seamless transition when seeking urgent care in their communities. Not all urgent care providers currently in the Region 1 network will be authorized to provide care after March 18th. Conversely, new providers who are not currently authorized through the Tri-West network will be able through Optum's network beginning March 18th. VA can only pay for urgent care if the provider is part of the VA contracted network. All right, so I'm looking here, and community providers with Region 1 who want to provide urgent care services to veterans after March 18th must establish a contact with Optimum, or OPTUM, Optum. So what I'm going to have to say on this one is stay posted, because at this point they don't have a list of urgent care facilities that are going to be in the network yet. The changes are going to take place, and once they take place, then I guess they'll give us a list. That's the way I'm guessing it works. Let's see if anybody jumped over here. Well, what's wrong with you? It's a puppy. Oh, I'm so dingy. I just figured out how to support Alex on both channels. Well, thank you. That ain't right. Um, you guys are weird. Strange things happen on D Live. Pete the Patriot dropped another lemon. Wow, I am really feeling about sour right now. All right, so that is all the news releases from Intergovernmental Affairs at this moment. More to come next week. Going to the Military Daily News at military.com. Um, Two Army engineers prepare to compete as first all-female team in best sapper competition. Okay. I'm not one of these that says, oh, well, the girlies shouldn't do it and they should stay home, because I served with one of the toughest women I have ever met. So if we can do it, they can do it. DM, welcome, welcome. Good to have you slink in here. I think yeah, saw you up there. 12 B's in the house. Jeff B's in here. How you doing? This will be the week they shut down all non-essential jobs. I'm getting the feeling you're right, Jeff. I kind of went over that in a video earlier. I feel it in the force. U.S. fighters catch Russian spy plane near Alaska for the second time in as many days. What the hell are they doing? Got dirty from liberal tears. You want to wash that stuff off. That stuff can get you. We are under a federal martial law and a slow rollout. Prepare each state. Oh, it just jumped. Each state with more than 40,000 indictments. 3 months. Well, okay. I'm hearing 60 days on a lockdown. So I'm hearing that from a source with sources. So it's not me directly, but indirectly. Federal Reserve cuts rate to zero, launches $700 billion quantitative easing, which is really good news if you're already rich or a bank. You and me will not see 700 billion pennies or wooden nickels, or not even a tiny little piece of that. So as long as we're taking care of the elites, we should all be happy. Um, all right, so I want to get right into what's going on, since we're going to be dealing with this sniffles thing. It looks like for a period of time. Thank you for putting my links up there, DM. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you want to help out on this channel, PayPal links are always in the description, and DM always remembers to put them up here for me. So, Mama B, I lived through martial law in Detroit firsthand, not speculation. Mama, I believe that. Yeah, it's been bad a couple of times in this country. All right, here we go. Back to the headlines. Pentagon bars most foreign visitors as more personnel contract the sniffles. Defense Department's iconic headquarters building near Washington, D.C. is rolling out new restrictions on entry to encouraging personnel to work from home as the sniffles pandemic continues to spread. Defense Department officials moving into health protection condition Bravo, yeah, indicating an increased threat of disease transmission and abiding additional screening for building access, international partners and visitors, those without official business, and anyone who has been overseas in a location designated level 2 or 3 by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in the last 14 days. What about the 30,000 troops that were just sent over, I believe, to Italy or somewhere in that region? Not a single one of them masked up, nothing to protect them for some training exercises. That just seemed really stupid. Anyway, so we've got military travel bans. Cindy Duff, hey, good to see you. Ireland and the UK are now on the list. Americans will be allowed to come home. They will be checked out. Yeah, well, this thing with leaving the UK open. Donnie Newman, how you doing? Leaving the UK open actually just means that people just have to catch a little shuttle to the UK and then jump on a plane there and off they come to the US. So I don't think a partial travel shutdown is going to do it. But I also, in my own mind, believe there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. Hey, hello, Duke, California critic. How you doing? Or should I say, hola, Holmes, que onda se loco? What's happening? And hope that made you feel better. Anyways, here's what the sniffles travel ban means for military families. And I have to say either sniffles or COVID 19 because if you say the other word, the C word, then you get flagged and, your channel gets wiped off the map and all this other stuff. Um, let's see. If you want a church blowing experience, watch MLK last Sunday sermon, much to decode. Go to the timestamp 9:45. He says, "No man is an island." Yeah, I think I've actually heard that. I've listened to that before. Um, there are they are on the shutdown list as of midnight Monday. Cindy Duff, where who is on the shutdown? I'm not sure. Oh, Ireland and UK. Okay, all right. So right now they're still shuttling. I'm glad you like that California critic because out in California, we got to stick together, Holmes, because it's that important. All right. Temporary military travel ban put in place to stop the spread of the novel sniffles only applies to official permanent change of station. No PCS, folks. You are staying. If you don't like your duty station, you get to keep your duty station. Oh, been there, done that. I had orders and got to stay anyway because we went on alert. But anyway, so that's that. And temporary duty assignments, TDY, travel according to the Defense Department. Fact sheet issued late Friday. The ban is set to begin on Monday. Get out while you can. You've got hours left. Tacos. Who's having tacos? Is it already Taco Tuesday? Creepy, Snippy Joe, and Lazy Crazy Sanders debate with no audience. Yeah, no audience. Take a look at the viewing of the networks too. When they say no audience, they ain't bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, all DoD service members and civilians and their family members will stop all official travel, such as permanent change of station or temporary duty, through May 11th. To clarify, the fact sheet states. Now, if you're there, you're staying. There will be no TDY. You aren't going to get a quick trip somewhere. Just buckle down and stay where you is. It is so relevant to know, remember past proves future. He speaks of Rip Van Winkle. Do you know why he slept for 20 or wasn't what he woke up to? Not sure. He woke up to USA First. Oh, okay. China releases video of the location medical workers celebrating end of the sniffles outbreak. Yeah. Can you say propaganda? All right. I'm kind of ignoring my folks over here. This is very true. But the order to see where you have weak spots, I understand, but what a mess it causes. Uh, well, Spanish, Alex. No, I know some Spanish. Um, I know enough Spanish to probably get my ass kicked on the streets if I said something with a slight accent or a little different. But like, ¿Dónde está la cerveza? Or ¿Dónde está la cerveza? Where's the beer? You know, um, ¿Dónde está el baño? Where's the bathroom? So you got to have the important things, beer and bathroom, and you can just about get it. But I speak Japanese and Turkish. I'm working on Spanish once in a while. Um, let's see. But it wouldn't surprise me they are up to something no good, and that's for sure. Yeah, I believe that too. That's from Ringer 1104. How you doing? You must be a new kid over here. Won't recognize the name. All right, so back to the mission here. No TDY and no PCS. So just be happy where you are and hang in there. Let's see. What? Yeah, to speak Australian, right? Foster's Australian for beer. Okay. Like they should implement martial law in traumatic strongholds and flush them out. Yeah. Democrat strongholds, yeah. I agree. But you got to watch these Democrats too. They're using these emergency powers to implement some really crazy stuff in their areas. No, it's Pete and Jeff B screwing with each other and making me say happy birthday to Pete when it wasn't his birthday, so I had to take it back and give him an unbirthday. I felt so bad. That was really mean, Jeff B. I just want you to know that. Um, let's see. I'm looking here to see what we got. Uh, yeah, we got 3 U.S. troops wounded in renewed rocket attack on Iraq. Uh, every time even the whisper of us getting the hell out of the sandbox starts to be fluttered, the we always get these perfectly timed rocket increases. What the hell's going on? We need to get the hell out of there and quit babysitting their poppy fields and their drug den for the CIA. Just saying. Troops in Afghanistan have the sniffles, but no tests, Congressman says. Then how the hell do they know? And who gave it to them? Some of this stuff is just fishy. Um, all right, so another situation here in Afghanistan, another way to put a kink in the armor. Afghan government postpones prisoner release, endangers the deal. Yeah, again, every time we get close to a peace deal, we get ready to get the hell out of there. I guess the cabal meets with their terrorist leaders over there so they can create some havoc to keep us more involved. Uh, no more advance notice, just bring them home. I agree, Margot. Absolutely, just do it. Um, all right, so I'm on YouTube as my real name. Never could get it to accept the name Michael Lowe on YouTube. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. All right. So I'm just let me scan down here, see what we got. Um, yeah, I need to bring this up too. I need you guys to keep Belinda in your prayers. She's been sick for a couple of months, on and off. Uh, she's really dealing with some stuff right now, and they finally decided to test her for the sniffles. So just need you guys to be aware of that. Keep her in your prayers when we need to get her healed up pretty quickly so we can get her back here because it's been a while. Um, anyway, so I wanted to make sure to mention that. Just please pray for Belinda. Let's get her healed up in prayer. All right, guard activations in response to the sniffles expected to hit 1,000 by the weekend. I think it's already hit that Monday, and I catch the articles from throughout the week. But Governor Como is trying to act all buddy buddy with the president and get him to, hey, buddy, just let me take control of my military and let me have them and, release the military and let me use them at my nature. Just watch out for these Democrats because they're going to try to do this smooths up the president to make him give more release of constitutional restraints, and they're going to push him, and then they're going to berate him, and they'll do everything they can to make him feel guilty for not doing it, with the hopes that they can get him to do things that'll be much worse. That's a club I don't want to be in. Lonnie Newman, what club? DM, too bad you're not part of a club. What club? I just don't. Happy birthday. I don't want no more birthdays. Well, I've done this for years now. You just start going backwards. When you've hit where you want to be, just turn around and start going backwards. Done playing around. Popped up over here on the D Live. I mean on the YouTube. Um, California Critic. Is he over there yapping again? Walmart, be careful. Walmart were dangerous before, but now they're extremely dangerous. You're right. Wait till the food's off the shelves. You'll get to see what crazy does. All right, so about 400 guardsmen in 6 states have been activated so far in response to the sniffles, formerly known as COVID-19, with numbers expecting to swell to about 1,000 by the weekend as more states take action. National Guard Bureau announced early Friday morning. Air and Army National Guard members in Florida, Iowa, Louisiana, New York, Rhode Island, and Washington State are providing support to civilian authorities, according to the announcement. That includes 378 Guards members providing cleaning and transportation help in New York and four providing emergency management support in Washington. And in the image that they show, just bringing this up, these folks are in their uniforms. They're standing at a table ready to hand out bags of food. No PPE. Karma Ghost, how you doing? All right, no personal protective equipment. None. Not a mask. Not even fingers over their nose. Nothing. So, what the hell is going on here? They are putting soldiers at risk to put icing on a turd. So this needs to stop. These people need their personal protective equipment. It's got to be this way. Everybody's, if you're going to have people helping for a pandemic, then you need to have them helping themselves first. Because just like if a plane's getting ready to go down, what do they tell you? Always put the mask on your children first before you put your mask on yourself first before you help your children. That way you don't end up passing out before you can protect the ones you need to protect. So same type of thing. They need their masks. They need their protective gear. We all get it issued to us when we're active. So to not have it, not wear it, I'm kind of disgusted with that. Anyway, it's my time to bring the dogs in. Okay, Melody, you go do that. I'll wait right here for you. Coffee. Yeah, baby. What is it? FEMA is going to set up quarantine zones across America next week. I have heard that too. Eric Chenault, 130 dead in North Carolina from the flu. Right. Now, hey, C, how you doing? One thing to keep remembering here, I know they keep comparing it to the flu, and that's fine. We don't really know where we're at yet because nobody gives us the numbers. But one thing that you need to keep in mind is this came directly from the World Health Organization in one of their national addresses. They said specifically, this is not SARS and it is not the flu. So what they're not saying is what it really is. And I know what it really is based on the research I've done, and that's called pneumonic plague. American Well, how you doing? Heard anything on the Guard, North Carolina? I have not. I try to keep up on stuff, but sometimes things move quickly. Sometimes things move under the wire. I'm not active duty anymore. I've never been relieved of my security clearance, but I still don't have privy to certain information until after the fact. Karma Ghost, all bars and restaurants are closing in my state. Schools already closed, waiting for the mass arrest to happen. Stay safe. That makes sense. That's why I feel 25. There you go. See, you got the right rhythm at it. All right, so that's pretty much. Oh no, it's not. I got one right here. One I've been trying to avoid because the picture is one of the most annoying Democrats in our entire house. She ran for president. Well, she's such a skank. Christian Gillibrand, New York. All right. At least one senator wants the Pentagon to delay military medical cuts and a plan to push military retirees and families off base for care in the face of the novel coronavirus pandemic. Um, anyway, the department has been engaged in a process of downsizing health personnel, the closure of military medical treatment facilities, the shifting of retiree military family members' care to TRICARE. Representative Kristen Gillibrand, Democrat, New York, said in a Senate Armed Services Subcommittee on personnel hearing Wednesday. In many of these areas, treatment facilities may not be capable of handling the increased patient load. These cuts are happening at the same time of an outbreak of the sniffles, and obviously will put a lot of pressure on our system. It's going to put a lot of pressure on every system. Um, Blue, the U.S. federal government is in planning stage of implementing a plan to protect and control grocery distribution across the United States. I think they're going to have to. From what I've seen, the uh, the stores are getting empty, and on the address this evening, they said, "Oh, the stores will remain stocked and they will continue to get product." Well, when you go into the store, you kind of question that. And here's another thing. This is directly from one of my sources that happens to be on the inside of the shipping and receiving of Walmart. It says that Walmart refuses to increase their supply based on the demand, and that they will not increase. They will only keep getting what they normally get. So when it's gone, and that means that it will put even more strain on the people trying to get it. One question: all that makes certain people mad. I question all that makes certain people mad. Question everything, drone play. Done playing around. You question everything. I question everything. Oh, reliable. How you doing? We're waiting and watching. What about Lulu via public-private partnerships with top grocery chains such as Walmart, Kroger, Texas, Target, Costco, etc. Right? Yeah, but then I heard that about the Walmart, so it's like I don't know who to trust and what to think. Trump said they agreed to stay well stocked as of today. I agree with that. I understand that he did say that today, but we just went to finish up our long term stuff. Chrysler Imperial, how you doing? And our Walmart is decimated, but they're also talking about closing early, so maybe they'll get something stocked up and maybe they'll catch it. I don't know. I live in a fairly small town, and I'm sure people are coming in from other towns around us, but it is really putting a strain on our system. Air Force Academy dismisses a cadet amid sniffles spread. So this is going to affect everything. And I'm not one of these that says, "Oh, it's an absolute hoax." I really believe there is something to this virus. The numbers are fake, and your biological father has worked for Walmart for 20 years since he retired Navy. Called me last night. Tents begin setup being behind the stores. F&M tents. Is that part of their DNA collection centers? Because that crap they're doing, those drive-through tests, that's a DNA test, folks. I don't care what you think it is. There's some reason they feel like they need to do them. It's just a matter of time before they decide to make it mandatory. Um, they're empty here, yes. They're empty in a lot of places. Videos I've been watching on the net, same thing in many, many places. It's I hope they can build it back up. All right, lawmakers obviously no disaster should no emergency should be put to waste or used. I can't remember exactly how they said it. Somebody's going to tell me about it, but um, they always want to use disasters to push their stuff. He's quitting his job tomorrow. He wants no part of it. Also said store's empty. Yeah, well, you guys we need to be cautious, prepare and protect. Keywords in everything that we do. Years ago, the feds told all grocery stores that used to handle a week's worth of produce to cut down to only 3 days worth of supply. Yeah, yeah, I saw it. Hey, tomorrow going to need coffee. You know what? I'm going to. Service around here sucks. One Democrat member of Congress is calling for the National Guard and Reserve to call off drill weekends while the sniffles spread across the U.S. Thank you. While another is calling for the same organizations to be on alert their local civilian health departments with emergency response. Unless you are a medic or you have had some kind of training in the medical field, I think that they need to really think about that because National Guard don't have any business working in hospitals or in a medical aspect. Um, yeah, Carmen goes. Fortunately, it was my son standing next to the coffee pot, so I could get away with actually making it sound like it was him because I know she'd throw something at me, and I got too much expensive stuff in front of my face right here. Um, all right, so in a separate letter sent Friday to Defense Secretary Mark Esper, Representative Eli Luria of Virginia, what? I think that's a misspelling. Anyway, Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois called on the Pentagon to top official to turn his Secretary's reserve component as the federal government issues travel restrictions and advises Americans to take care to stay out of close contact with others. Remember, part of this is get people in the house. Maybe it's for an event coming, but maybe it's also to put more controls on the people because guess who else can't meet and train and do everything else? That would be called the state militias. That is just about the meanest thing I've ever seen. If I could show you without spilling it, my son came over here to give me coffee. About that much in the damn cup. We've had fights in the mess hall for less than that. So, I mean, good grief. What is it they say? I brought you into this world. I can take you the hell out of it too. Thank you. I now have 4 pound cans of coffee in the cupboard. Yeah, I got a couple of those for backup. Uh, Melody, thank you for the ice cream. Delicious. Wolf Stonehenge. Alex is peer pressuring us now. Just made it pot. Yep. If you run out of napkins, you can use your bread or pancake to wipe your mouth. That's true. That's a military thing. You bet. Food is meant for cleaning food. It's like you get done with your beef stew and your piece of bread, you got to clean your bowl out. It's just common sense. That's just the way we do things. Anyway, back to what's going on over here. Um, we've got competing legislators. Some want to cut programs, some want to add programs, and it's kind of funny that they're all using the same argument. It's for the betterment of the people and the protection against the sniffles. We need to increase this budget. Oh, this is for the betterment of the people and to protect them against the sniffles to decrease the use of our budget. Um, all right. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Trump considers full pardon of ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. I shouldn't expect a consideration of full pardon. He needs to be totally and completely exonerated, relieved of any uh, presumption of guilt, and potentially have his money replaced. That he's damn near bankrupted himself to fight the corruption that be. Um, when the government wants you, they can destroy you whether you're guilty or not. Um, let's see. Syrian war rumbling into 10th year still has global impact. Well, no shit. Air Force Academy begins dismissing cadets um, after being after they suspend operations over the sniffles. Um, everything is about the sniffles. Um, we lost soldiers in the sandbox a couple days ago, and I'm just trying to find it so I can acknowledge these folks. And everything is sniffles. All right. Am I making everybody want to make coffee? Oh, it smells so good, and it's so nice. There, glad I could help. All right. My blood is red, my skin is white, my eyes are blue. I am an American Christian soldier. Right on. I'm a redskin too. VA launches campaign to increase veterans' economic potential. Secretary of Veterans Affairs Robert A. McDonald. When is this damn thing from? Because I thought he is done. This is December 15th. You know what? I'm trying to find up to date news here in the Veterans Times. Um, very difficult. Very difficult. They got stuff from way back. I don't think anybody's updating myself. But anyway, so we got the. I pulled up the National Guard news because everything seems to be talking about the activation of the Guard. So I figured what better place to go to than the actual National Guard news. Alaska National Guard's exercise Arctic Eagle 2020 wraps up March 13, 2020. Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson, Alaska Arctic Eagle 2020. I signed up for the Arctic survival training when I was in, and I didn't get it. I kept getting bumped over it, but I look back and I just I think I abused myself enough because I did jungle survival, urban survival, desert survival, and I really only needed the one more. But yeah, I agree with Margot. We need a coffee break. Give us 5. All right, 5 minutes. Everybody, hurry up. Back here and form up in 5 minutes. Uh, yeah, rest in peace to our fallen, indeed. Uh, USA Specialist Juan Miguel Mendez. Oh, okay, you got the names over here. Let me see. U.S. Specialist Juan Miguel Mendez. Uh, Cavarbias. Cavarubias. Okay. 27 of Hanford, California. Okay, so in remembrance of their service, killed in the line of duty, 11 March Camp Taji, Iraq. U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Marshall D. Roberts, 28 of Owasso, Oklahoma. Thank you. Appreciate you putting the names up there. Yeah, we're gonna need Walmart survival training now, but I think that kind of goes under urban assault, urban training. Flat Earth Preacher, how you doing? All right, so the 341st Military Intelligence Battalion honored for language skills. Camp Murray, Washington, I'm guessing for the second year in a row. 341 Military Intelligence Battalion took honors as the top command language program. Okay, that's cool. Um, all right, so we know okay. The Tennessee National Guard helped in the cleanup of the debris after the tornado. Rest in peace to all those folks that lost their lives in that. And prayers and condolences to their families. Sixth annual Bersama Warrior exercise underway in Malaysia, March 12th to 2020, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The sixth annual Bersama Warrior multinational exercise began March 11th with an opening ceremony officiated by Malaysian Armed Forces Joint Force staff. I think Malaysia just had its first case. Where's she watching from? She's watching on Facebook. Hello, lovely. My daughter-in-law is watching me on Facebook from the Philippines, waving my hand and all that. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I see. Lovely Jean. There she is. All right. So, thank you for the lemon, DM. You guys are really making me sour. All right. So, at this point, what do I got? 10 minutes. I'm just running through some of what's going on with the guard, trying to get you guys up on it because that seems to be the focus right now. Is what's going on with the National Guard? They seem to be they're being pulled in two different directions, or at least two. You can use tortillas, flour tortillas, or powdery. Yeah, flour ones are powdery, right? Yeah, we're still talking about cleaning plates. Let's see. Virgin Islands National Guard completes OCT training. Santiago, Puerto Rico. Members of the Virgin Islands National Guard completed a observer, coach, and trainers course at Fort Buchanan or Buchanan. Yep, Buchanan. Yep. All right. Your vibe attacks your tribe. What the hell is that? Donnelly Field, Alabama. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader, said Dolly Parton. Country music. Well, that's true. I like CLC. If anybody in the Army knows what CLC is, try to imagine going through that 14 days in a row. I was assigned to the CLC training class as their uh, as their grunt, their truck driver, and when we were assigned, we participated as if we were students. That was one of the requirements as driving for commands, and they ended up booking me for two cycles of CLC in a row. And I'm happy to say that I outlasted E6s and E7s, and that the trainer himself said that I think that you are part robot. Definitely got some cyborg in you because he's never seen anybody do it before in his life. So I did that. It sucked. It sucked. But I lived through it. All right, Florida Guards 54th Secretary Force Assistance Brigade Battalions active. All right. March 10th, 2020, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the 54th. You asked about North Carolina earlier. The 54th Secretary Force Assistance Brigade was recognized and activated by the U.S. Army during an official ceremony at Fort Bragg Non-Commissioned Officers Academy, March. Okay. So they were activated to partake in a ceremony. So at this point, still don't know what's going to happen with North Carolina. March 10th. Again, we're back here in March, Columbus, Ohio. Haley and Lexi uh, Oriton are setting out on a new journey together as enlisted members of the Ohio Army National Guard. That's a set of sisters that decided to join the Guard together. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, so National Guard news is pretty much attaboys at this point. I do want to make sure I bookmark this because I want to keep it in my list of searches because the National Guard is going to have a lot going on in the next couple of weeks. I'm just going to check the National Guard news for a second and make sure that was on the right page. Yep. All right. So as things happen with the National Guard, I'll be able to keep track of it now because I've got the Guard news station locked on my computer. North Carolina is eat up with vets. We good in North Carolina, no kidding. Yeah, same down here at my place. Absolutely dripping with veterans down here. But anyway, so I don't really have anything else. I know I got 5 minutes, but if I duck out a little early, it's okay. There's no need to ramble endlessly when there's nothing left going on. Damn, I can't type. Yep. Ringer, no one expects you to be perfect in here. Yeah, look at this exhibit. There ain't no perfection here. They allow me in the place. So, got to be doing something right. All right. Thank you, Scarecrow. Cheers to all of y'all. All right. Thank you for all of the food that was delivered to me on D Live. You guys rocked the joint. Uh, I think let's give the treasure chest. I'm gonna give it two more live feeds. So let's look at Wednesday to pop the treasure chest because we got a little bit dripping in there, but nothing to write home about yet. So I want to get the treasure chest up. We'll plan on popping that Wednesday, so don't miss out on that at 3 o'clock Eastern time with news in the newsroom. My mods, thank you guys very much. You guys always rock the joint, keep the house in order. Appreciate you. And to everybody that came and hung out for an hour of your lives with me, I love y'all and appreciate y'all. New York Army National Guard operation, yes. Keep an eye on it because it's going to get different. Como's pushing right now for President Trump to release the Kraken. He wants the entire army at his disposal, basically. So watch Como. Watch out for these Democrat leaders with their very anti-constitutional grabs that they're going to try to do under the Emergency Powers Act. Keep your eyes peeled on that stuff. All reliable. You stay safe too. Appreciate you, Michael, Adrian. Oh, good to see you. And good to see you jump in here. Have a good one. All right. That being said, y'all, thank you very much. And until next time, if I can get my mouse moving, where'd my mouse go? Y'all stay in the fight.